I think we all know about Madison Avenue, the address with the powerful image. Advertising agencies are paid big money by companies who want you to buy their product, whether you need it or not, and sometimes whether it's good for you or not. And we all know the tricks of the advertising trade. Play to your audience, suggest that your product will make them richer or thinner or stronger. The ads work. But does that mean that they're okay?
Well, of course, there are people who think they are not. And tonight, you're going to hear from one particular group that says some advertisers are not playing fair. To check out their complaint, John Stossel went to some of the poorest neighborhoods in the country, to a community that claims advertisers have found just the right way to send out exactly the wrong message to a very vulnerable audience.
I've been thinking ever since I was 6 years old. 6 years old? Yeah. So please pass the bottle. Like how it makes you feel. It gets you mellow more faster. It makes you feel good, you know what I'm saying? Yo, this is some good stuff here, you know what I'm saying? In the black can. Don't sell it to the kids. This is Gorilla Juice.
We're talking about malt liquor. Brands like Old English 800, St. Ives, Crazy Horse, and Red Bull. Now, if you live in a white neighborhood, you probably haven't heard of most of those brands. That's because they're sold almost exclusively in neighborhoods like this one. This is Harlem. They're sold in poor places, minority neighborhoods.
At the hard day at work, you know what I'm saying? I'm relaxing. Hold on.
These days, malt liquor is usually drunk out of huge 40-ounce bottles. One bottle can get you pretty drunk, since malt often contains about twice as much alcohol as regular beer. It gets you 40'd up, according to the street slang here.
I hang out with the boys. We really get loose off this stuff and have a good time.
Around here, we were told it's meant to be guzzled.
Kill it. This is how you drink the St. Ives. Now, see, that's how you drink it. Now, you see, that's called a chug.
Of course, some people have always drunk to get high. Intoxicants have always been abused. But in the African-American community lately, there's a growing sense of anger about malt liquor because they say it's marketed just to them.
That's something that they made to kill our black people. What do you do to Maxie?
Malt liquor ads do seem to be targeted to blacks. Every celebrity endorser is black. Billy D. Williams, for example.
And let me just get a swig of this St. Ives.
Popular rap stars plug St. Ides malt liquor. The ads appear again and again on rap shows like Yo MTV Raps.
Yo!
Most every black neighborhood is plastered with ads for malt. All this has some community activists fed up. Some have begun campaigning against malt liquor. Despite all the publicity about illegal drugs in the inner city, there's no doubt that alcohol does just as much, if not more, damage here. Activists blame malt for increasing the violence in their neighborhood.
Increase the peace!
Many of the people who watched this protest agreed that malt adds to the violence.
You putting fire to a time bomb. This is liquid crack. I do this. Yeah, take out my frustration, you know, on other people's because it's right.
One rap star, Chuck D, now preaches against malt liquor, rapping in his concerts about malt and death.
But they always wanted to sell us the worst of all products. It's not even beer. It's something other than beer. It's damn near firewater to get y'all fueled, you know, to get brothers fueled off on.
Why is this the worst? Wine has more alcohol.
Because it's just something in the malt liquor that makes brothers hostile. Hostile.
It's not just the alcohol, he says. He believes malt liquor companies add a secret ingredient that causes violence. We could find no evidence that any of the malt liquor companies put sinister additives in their products. It's basically just beer with some corn syrup added to ferment to increase the alcohol content. But they can't convince some black activists that there's not something different in malt.
Once you drink too much of this, you get your hand on the trigger, and then you're going to do whatever you feel to make you feel bigger.
It seems like it's a big plot trying to destroy us, a big plot.
If you're going to drink anything, drink what the white boys drink in their neighborhood. Don't drink something that's projected just for you.
What do the white boys drink?
Stuff with lighter alcohol content, the Budweisers, the Heinekens, the
vodka, scotch.
They wouldn't sell it in the black community because they can't afford it.
They just shouldn't sell it.
But if they're not selling them in white communities, don't sell them in ours. We're going to have to shut them down.
Fears about plots is easier to understand if you realize that many blacks say there's a different set of rules for their community. They've been written off, they say. For example, in neighborhoods like this one, they say even little kids can buy booze.
And this is a kid. These are babies.
Why, you send him in, he would come out?
I can take the kid to the store like that. He can come out and give me a report.
I found that a little hard to believe. But then they sent 8-year-old Garland Quince into the local store. The clerk wouldn't sell him one with us there. But sure enough, as soon as our camera was out of the store,
He bought a 40.
what'd you tell him?
Huh?
What'd you tell him?
It's from my mother. Huh?
When I confronted the clerk about it, he said, "What can I do? Lots of people send their kids in here to buy things. If I say no, I'll lose the business." So you sell it to them. It's against the law. These activists recently tried a similar test with 2 15-year-olds buying the malt. They had no trouble buying it.
This guy just talking to you.
Bob Laws, the group's leader.
We don't want you selling this stuff to our kids. You brothers ought to know better. Whose side are you on?
5 different stores sold them the malt.
You know that this stuff is being used to hurt us. I'm sorry. So why would you cooperate with that? I'm sorry.
One of the grocers today said, "What am I supposed to do? People send their kids in all the time to buy stuff."
Yeah, he's lying.
This clerk said he didn't know better because he just started to work here.
What are you selling malt liquor to kids for? It doesn't make a difference how long you've been working here. How long you've been black. You just turned black yesterday, too?
Why do you blame the drink rather than the drinker? People have always tried to get high.
I don't blame people. I always blame genocide as being the reasons for this.
These largely white men who run these companies are trying to kill black kids?
Trying to make a lot of money and not be held accountable for whatever happens because of it.
The companies that sell this stuff say, "This is America. Nobody's making you buy it. Why shouldn't we sell it here?"
Why they sell it in the community?
Because here's where people buy
Why
it.
they can't sell it to other people community, like your community?
So what does the white man in that company say? Oh, well, see what sense.
Actually, none of the white men in any of the companies was willing to appear on this program. The only person who would be interviewed was Michael Porter, vice president of Stroh's. Stroh's makes Schlitz malt liquor, better known as the Bull.
Why do you market this stuff specifically in poor neighborhoods? We don't target people in poor neighborhoods. We target people who want to drink malt liquor.
Why, when I shop in affluent white neighborhoods, do I really not see much of it?
There's must not be a consumer demand for it. It's probably the same reason that you might find different kinds of bottled water in those neighborhoods, or different types of any other product that you might care to name. And advertising in and of itself will not make someone buy something that they don't want to buy.
Step right up, step right up, step right up, son. And try
But doesn't advertising make people want things? Especially kids.
Kids who are going to engage in risky activity.
Alcohol industry critics like Makani Temba of the Marin Institute say when you use wrappers to sell, you're selling to kids.
What on earth are they thinking about when they ask artists whose primary audience are people under the age of 21 to promote their products?
To understand how persuasive this marketing is, you have to first understand how important rap is to young blacks. Chuck D calls rap the CNN for black teenagers.
They have become the historians and the journalists of a whole group of people, of a whole culture.
I wrap my fingers around a 40-yo with jungle juice.
And because rap is so big, critics say it's no surprise that St. Ides put its rap ads on audio cassettes and gave them away free at grocery stores. Who wanted the tapes most? Kids, of course, like 17-year-old Sam Gardner and his friends.
Oh, so this is what a real man drinks.
Sam's mother was furious.
As far as I'm concerned, the distributor that gave him the tape might as well have given him a 6-pack. Here's a 6-pack. Take it home. You know, give some to your friends.
Ice Cube in the glass house, headed for the
And what's a great way to get a teenager's attention? Use the sexual lingo of the streets. Listen to Ice Cube.
Get your girl in the mood quicker. Get your Jimmy thicker with St. Ives Malt Liquor.
Get your Jimmy thicker? They'd never get away with that in a commercial directed toward whites.
That went past the censors because I guess people thought Jimmy was some guy sitting up drinking and getting fat.
Neither Ice Cube nor Mackenzie Brewing would talk about this, but they have stopped running the ad.
If we were to do this kind of advertising among white youth, that the PTA would be on our case, in a minute.
Power alone is not the groove. Along with strength, it's got mellow and smooth.
Malt ads also talk a lot about power and strength.
This is promoted entirely to children by saying it will make you powerful, it will make you strong.
Our products are very responsibly marketed.
But your product is the bull, big, strong animal that charges. It's a symbol of virility. Is this a coincidence that you picked that?
The bull has been part of Schlitz Malt Liquor's imagery from its inception.
But it wasn't
It was to differentiate the product from beer, to tell people that this product is marginally stronger than beer.
No one does it like a bull. Word, Schlitz Malt Liquor bull.
My products are certainly not targeted at anyone under 21 years of age.
Then why do you use rap music in your ads?
Rap music is a music form which has very broad appeal. I think that it's a generalization to say that rap music appeals only to young people.
Well, why don't you use jazz? That appeals to older people, but you want the kids.
No, that's certainly not the case. We want people 21 years of age and older.
'Cause I don't drink and drive.
In fact, malt liquor companies now say they're spending millions on ads promoting responsible drinking.
So don't drink St. Ives unless you're over 21. Respect yourself.
The critics promise to keep protesting. Down the street, some of the kids keep drinking hard.
Only this will work to get you drunk with. I mean, to get you real nice. To go out to a party and have a good time.
John, we can see the problem, but that genocide charge is hard to square. Why would there be a desire to kill off the market that they're accused of targeting and exploiting?
Yeah, it seems like a crazy charge. They're accusing companies of trying to kill their customers. This is just strong beer. It's even weaker than wine. But a lot of people in that community believe that.
Yes. Now, at least some brewers are having the decency to stress the fact that you shouldn't be drinking if you're under 21.
Well, I think it's good that they've toned down some of the sexuality and the power in the ads, but if you wanted to get teenagers to want something, I can't think of a much more persuasive ad campaign than to say, you can't have it, you're too young.
Until 21, yeah.
So that works both ways.
That is a point. Thank you, John.